Very cool. So much technology.
If it all works, remember, technology breaks. That's all it does.
I've got the update. The next meeting starting now.
There we go.
Excellent.
We are live.
Well, I can handle live. If you can handle live, the technology is blowing my mind a little bit, Kevin. I'm gonna. I can handle it. So yes, welcome everybody. We're doing Facebook Live. Kevin and I together through the magic of the interwebs and all this concoction that Kevin has going on right now. I hope it doesn't explode on us. I think we'll be okay, right, Kevin?
Never another first for you convert.
Another first, but we're glad to be on this today. You know, we had a great session webinar with Lasso where we were talking about the 2017 survey and the results and everything went along with it. We had a lot of people register for that. How many people registered for that, Kevin? What was the total
count? Over 500. Yeah, over 500 registrations.
And then we had 300 plus live on it, which of course, when you have a lot of live people on a webinar and we say we like to be interactive, you got interactive, which is great. And there were over 100 plus questions after the fact. So thank you. And there was no way we could answer. I think even a couple times, a few people go, "Did you get my question?" And we were like,
asking fake questions like, "Where did you get that sweater from, Mike?" Just because there was so much going on, we couldn't keep up.
Yeah, keep us on our toes. So what we want to do in this Facebook Live here is use the opportunity for both of us to answer these questions. So Kevin's got a list of them. They were kind of grouped into certain categories, I believe is how it went. So Kevin's going to roll those out for us and talk about those questions, and we'll jump on and answer those. We'll make this a quick session, 15 minutes or so. And also we're paying attention to your smiley faces, winks, wows, likes,
especially
and questions.
We pay attention to hearts.
We do pay it is February. So Kevin, we're going to throw it over to you.
Take it away. All right. Question number one. And again, we grouped all these and we'll cover more on future streams, but there was just a ton of questions about Facebook in general. If you recall in the webinar, of the 50 shops that we did, leaving an email address and a phone number and requesting additional information on an organic Facebook post, we only got 5 builders who followed up in any way, including just hitting the like button on that post. So there's a ton of questions about, okay, Kevin, so how, who's the best person to respond to the comments on Facebook, and how should that work? And I want to show you actually my screen here to show you, this is an example of a builder in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Abrazo Homes. And you can see the ad on the left and the text and the link to the listing and all that. But what you'll see here as I zoom in is every time someone's posting, there is an organic comment. And this is not a plant. You can actually follow this trail where this person says, "How late are you open? 6 p.m. Would you like to set an appointment that's convenient to your schedule?" They actually booked an appointment. And you can see here, this one's done by Mackenzie Bishop, one of the owners. But you can also see that there's other folks like CK, hey CK, replying, as well as Abrazo Homes, which is probably Renee. So this is a team effort. And so that's the main thing, is it's okay for it to be a team effort. My suggestion would just be that it's not a salesperson on site or someone that's not in the marketing or online sales department, just because you do have to think a little strategically, not take things personal. But what we see from the test is that having an outside company monitor and respond to this stuff is not a good idea, because there's not enough engagement happening. It's not fast enough and it's not personal enough. So the best person is multiple people, because you want to be timely, you want to be personable, and you want to be strategic. So that's my suggestion on how to tackle Facebook organically. From an ad perspective, again, you want to make sure your CRM, which Lasso does and other CRMs can, with a little bit of effort, make sure that if you're running Facebook lead ads, that those are going straight into your CRM. Lasso does that fantastically for those of you who are running those ads. Just make sure you reach out to your client director. They can help you set that up.
I like the teamwork quote. You know what we like to say about teamwork?
Makes the dream work.
That's right. That's right. But it does. I think it does come down to that. Just all the different areas of interaction that you can have. You want to make sure that's monitored. It's going to have to be monitored by multiple people, whoever's on. So I think that's a great point. The results from the survey were encouraging to the builders that put together a plan, and it's always becomes more real when you actually go out and shop. I mean, when we're on this end from the strategy side or the sales side, we often forget what you go through. But I think actually getting out there and going out and looking at homes and putting yourself in the buyer's shoes, that makes all the difference in the world. And realizing that experience goes online and offline. So that's good stuff. What else do we have from questions? What's the second one?
Next question is, there's a lot of questions about the forms. One of the screenshots we grabbed from one of these top 50 builders where we submitted the form, it just happened to have the phone number required. And that sparked all kinds of additional questions of, hey, are you guys recommending that we require a phone number on that form or registration page? So let's talk a little bit about required elements of the form and like lead gating, just kind of as a general theory, because those kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, first let's talk about the statistics. The statistics will tell us 30 to 40% of the time you will get a phone number when it's present but not required. So I think that's where a lot of people go, we get leads, but more than half the time they don't have a phone number. Shouldn't we just make this required? Definitely an option, but when you require it, the completion of the form will drop. So two different types of options that you have for plugging it in. Yes, you can require it, but you'll just get less leads. I don't think that's necessarily the best, but keep in mind, put yourself in the consumer's shoes when they're reaching out. I mean, think about what they're actually doing. What are they doing? They want to get a question answered. They want to reach out and engage with somebody, but they want to do it in their own way, on their own time. And maybe they don't have that level of trust yet. So part of it is just getting involved into this cycle and getting involved into this communication process where they do start to trust you. So if you don't get a phone number, it's not the end of the world. Yes, they're effective. And yes, we love the phone, but you've got to start there at the beginning and communicate with them via email. And a lot of times that will escalate up to a phone call. So don't freak out about not having a phone number on there. There is one option for requiring it that we'll throw this over to Kevin too. We think that for coming soon and VIP communities, it's a great idea to require a phone number to learn more. What are your thoughts on that, Kevin, for putting it on the coming soon community when you want to actually communicate out new information?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing for the coming soon because we can use services like CallRail to program messages straight through. If they do call us and calling out, we can use broadcast messages to give them a quick update if for some reason we can't, we get overwhelmed with too many. But it really comes down to just a quantity and quality of the follow-up. You can get to that quantity, and new communities tend to have, in most areas of the country, we got hundreds of people joining this list, and we don't need 2,000 people on the list if we only have 30 home sites being released in the phase. So it helps us get that higher quality from the people who are willing to put in their phone numbers, because that's one of the payoffs of not making it required to begin with, is if they choose to put in their phone number, then we know the intent, the true drive of that individual to get the information quickly and how serious they might be. And it kind of goes along with gating pricing. Again, you've heard us talk about this before, but if you leave off pricing and you require a phone number, you're adding a whole extra world of hurt for your inside sales team to have to call those people back who ultimately may just not be qualified. They may not be able to afford your product. There's so much fear of builders of missing out on leads all the time. The reality is we don't have usually 90% of the time, we don't really have a lead problem. We just have a conversion problem and a follow-up problem because we can't do it as timely as we want.
Yeah, I love it. Hang on, before we get to the next question, someone is posting one. Danny on Facebook Live. What do you think of live chat? We're gonna take this kind of on the same notion here. What do we think of live chat? We think live chat is great. We think live chat is a fantastic tool. It's just another communication tool, but there's a big but. We've got our big butts over here at Do You Convert. The big but is if it's monitored properly. If it is, and people are asking this on the session too, so it's a good one to address here. So thanks for asking, Danny, by the way. Just wanted to say thank you. And Jen for the comment. Thanks for saying we're looking good. We appreciate that. If you can monitor it properly, it's great. Here's the challenge. What it comes down to is really just a trade-off of time, and it's an opportunity cost. Chats can go 5 minutes. Chats can last 15 minutes. Right. Do you put in require contact information or not? I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can handle it. The other challenge with chat that we often see is you get a lot of warranty chats, you get a lot of customer service stuff that are coming in, you get a lot of different things that if you can't easily get that to the right person at the right time, then there is just a logistics issue. So Chat is great. Our favorite story that we like to give is how Martha uses it. When an email blast goes out, she flips chat on and she's ready for anybody who's looking to engage immediately, coming back from the email blast. But leaving chat on all day and staying in front of your computer in fear of missing out or getting hung up on a chat for 20 minutes when you could make 5 calls out to prospects, that's the opportunity cost everybody needs to measure. So by all means, if you think it's a great opportunity, have a way to manage that effectively, do it. But until then, you got to watch out sometimes just on how that's used. Kevin, thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's just making sure you have all the other bases covered that convert usually higher and have higher quality leads coming in from them. So when you can't answer the phone, which, you know, phone numbers going to on-site salespeople tends to not be answered about 70% of the time, because good salespeople are busy and bad salespeople are bad, right? I stole that quote from you, Mike. And when it comes to email, right, we just did this survey. We did 150 shops, 50 of them were email forms going straight through the builder's website, not getting enough follow-up there. So until you have those 2 bases covered and not kind of sort of covered, I mean, Jeff had it absolutely right in comment here on below is, you know, phone numbers are great if you're actually going to call it. I mean, of the 150 shops we got, roughly, you know, 30 got phone calls back at all. So the phone's just not used enough. And so don't use chat as another excuse why you can't get back on the phone. And chat should never be turned off, by the way. If you're going to have chat, only have Little Pete's show when someone's live. You never want to send the message that you're closed. We're in an always open business environment now. So
yeah, and so just first of all, a couple of things. The turning it off, I mean, just make sure it disappears. You can turn chat off, just you don't put it on there and say, we're away, leave us a message. It goes straight to a form where that option disappears. The other thing is I like how creepy we can see friends watching now on this Facebook Live over here. That's why I keep turning over to this screen. I see Will, I see Trisha. Say hi. We'd like to hear from you. I see Whitney. I see Shane. That's so great. I think that's awesome.
Twitter's like live chat on steroids. That's true. Again, it's another thing to man. And I know even you, Will, who's a big Twitter fan, if you can't do it right, probably shouldn't be doing it, right? If you only tweet out once every 5 months, probably not the best fit for you. All right, let's wrap this up because we're trying to keep these short and concise. So last question for you, Mike. This is a big one. There was like 20 different questions about video email because, again, in each of these 53 different shops, 50 each, through the builder's website, through Facebook, and through a major syndication website, only about 4 people responded with video emails as part of their follow-up process. So still a huge opportunity there. But the question is, who do we recommend currently? When and where should they be used? And what about, this is the extra bonus question.
Oh boy.
What about pre-recorded video emails?
Okay. Yeah.
Do they have a purpose? So
first of all, we did do a little bit of prep for this and you did not talk about the bonus. So don't spring that to me. It's live. BombBomb, that's who we recommend. BOMB.com. We joke around. Don't talk about it in the airport. Funny name, funky name, but we like it. It's a great tool. It's $39 a month. Now I know when I just said that, the collective gasp out there is like, what, $39 a month? Is that worth it, Mike? And the short answer is not. If you're never going to use it, it's kind of like a gym membership. Yeah, no, it sucks paying $40 a month to send out one video email or do a pre-recorded template. That's the only thing that you're using. But if you use BombBomb the way that we recommend, the way BombBomb recommends, you're going to have great return because there's just not a lot of people getting direct video emails from customers. So let's talk about that. BombBomb and video email, the way that you use it, the best timing for an online lead we have found so far is roughly that 2 to 3 day mark after they've already received a video email from you. Okay, now I'm presenting to everyone. This is cool. This stuff's freaking me out. Okay, good.
No, you're good.
Okay, good. So the day 3, when you've already sent a regular old-fashioned text email and you've picked up the phone and you called a prospect if there's a phone number. So we've got 2 regular outreach opportunities, right? And then you circle back with the video email introducing yourself. So that's like kind of our baseline standard in a follow-up process. But there's, oh, well, I've got a lot of other ways to use it. I wrote them down. There's there's a couple different ways that we like to use this beyond just the one email you get to online leads. I mean, you can do an auto response that's including a pre-recorded video email from you, which is always great. We like it in long-term follow-up. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to say maybe some of the same things you'd be saying via text, but you just do it via video. Resuscitation, sometimes those responsive leads that you haven't heard back from, when you put a video with it, I'm getting ready to send a couple right now to people we've sent out a proposal to, right? And just say, we want to make sure moving forward, hey, we're planning far in advance. We got to move forward. That's a way for them to respond back to you because they see your face. What else do we have? Realtors. We love sending out to our realtors because they love it. They think it's the greatest tool ever.
Thank you for a sale from an appointment that an OSC set as a, hey, thank you so much.
Yeah, internal ones are fantastic. Here's a big one. When you do set an appointment, we've been talking about the handoff video, right? So introducing your sales executive right here, saying this is who you're going to be meeting with. You don't have to do it for every single customer. Again, that's a template, which we'll talk about that bonus question here in a second. What else do we have? Updates, think about on-site. So we got online and on-site. On-site usage is crazy. I mean, thank you for visiting right away. You just send them a thank you video. What else can we do? You can talk about, the same thing, resuscitation, long-term follow-up for those clients that you've met with in person, because now they're just remembering you, remembering your face. Updates from the community in general. Hey, we've got a lot of great stuff happening. You're doing it live right from your phone. That's a great opportunity. Updates for customers under construction. You could do this as opposed to picking up the phone and spending 10 minutes with them. You could do a quick 2-minute video giving them an update on their homes under the process. So how you use video is basically, sky's the limit, right? Creativity is the only thing that's blocking you. The big challenge that we usually see is just people using it, right? And a lot of times they get stuck into that question, well, can I just shoot a template and I'm good? Hey, this is Mike, just wanted to send a video and introduce myself, and we're not using, no, we like to use the person's name. We like to talk to them. We want it to be specific, straight from an office. It doesn't have to be overly produced. So that's how we use it, because so much of our emotion and everything that is involved in that communication process can be transmitted via video. So that's how we recommend using it, but you've got to get behind it, and it takes a lot of practice. I mean, we've done a whole webinar.
Follow up afterwards with a regular email or a phone call. And you can always use the, hey, just making sure it doesn't get caught in spam. You're going to know because of the tracking that it wasn't, but you're just giving them an excuse to understand. Because sometimes people think I have to reply with a video email. And of course, if that freaks us out in sending them, it really freaks out the consumer to think they have to reply somehow with a video email. So just shooting them a regular email or making a phone call the next day or 2 days later to check in also can help the response rates from that.
You bet. And so, we talk about this tool all the time, and everybody gets real excited about it, and they think it's just going to magically get used. Let me tell you something. It's a struggle to get any busy salespeople or new salespeople to do any kind of follow-up in the first place. Diligent, dedicated follow-up. To throw in video into the mix and expect them to do like what we're doing here just takes a lot of practice. So you've got to have training behind it. So leaders, get on BombBomb. Right? And you send some video emails and show them what's going on. The more that people get involved in this, the better it is. And I'm telling you, it's the biggest differentiation tool that a sales executive has because no one else is sending it. So just want to encourage you guys on that one. That's a great question. And you can plug it right into Lasso. We're going back to the webinar that we did with them. I know this is Facebook Live, so you got other people going, what are they talking about Lasso? That Lasso webinar that we did, it ties right into that CRM, and BombBomb ties into most CRMs as well, so it can track what's going on too. So yeah, we love it. We love that video email. Okay, 3 questions. We're running up to the 15-minute mark. Kevin, anything else?
No, just we'll be doing more.
Okay.
We just, we wanted to group the top 3 to get back to everyone, but we'll be doing more of these going forward for sure, specifically on this topic, as well as the regular DYC live episodes that Mike and I do one-on-one. You gotta trade off the fancy graphics when we want to have both people on, because computers still can't handle all of that combined, apparently.
Here, we'll do like fancy graphics like in Wayne's World.
Is that what you're...
No, Wayne's World. Close. That's close.
Wayne's World.
So yes, thank you everybody. Give us a quick little like if you're watching this right now, even if it's not live. We just want to see who jumped on. Ask any questions. Give us your feedback. We enjoy it. Tell Kevin that his shirt is looking nice. I had to put my sweater on. It got cold again here. so I had to stay warm. And we'll see you guys all very soon. Thanks, Kevin, for putting this together. Pretty good. I like it. I dig it.
You bet. Yeah, no, it's fantastic to get interactive with you guys. And it's always more fun for us to talk to each other than,
than the screen. That's good.
Just the screen.
Okay.
All right, guys. We'll
see
see
ya.
you later.